you've watched the channel for any length of time, you've probably noticed that I use the Line 6 Pod Go for all of my recording. And if you're new to the channel, that's where I'm getting all my tones from. I had never been a digital modeling fan until I got the Pod Go just on a whim because I wanted some way to record more easily. I do have a real amp. It is a Phase Roxana from Phase Amplification in Canada. It's a really cool amp. It's got two channels, a Fender Blackface bass channel and a Marshall, what he calls the AFD channel. So think Marshall Silver Jubilee. Classic Marshall channels sounds have always been the core of my tone. I really love all the classic recordings of Clapton and Jimmy Page, Jimi Hendrix, anybody who used a Marshall back in the day. And all of the presets so far that I've done for the Pod Go have been based on some sort of Marshall amplifier. If not an actual Marshall, one of the others that still sounds kind of like that in the Pod Go, the Friedman, the Route 66. So I wanted to play around though with getting that Fender Blackface sound through the Pod Go. I wasn't super impressed with the actual Fender models on here. I don't know why. I could probably tweak them to sound the way that I want. But I found online, and I can't remember where, someone had mentioned using the Cali IV rhythm channel, which is based on the Mesa Mark IV amp. I did own a Mesa Boogie amp for a very long time. I had a Mesa Boogie Maverick for about 10 years. But during those 10 years, I really wasn't playing guitar much. It was a fine amp. It was way too much for home use, which is probably why I never really bonded all that much with the amplifier. It's 35 watts, 212 Class A. You know, you really had to crank it to get anything out of it. So my opinion of Mesa Boogie amps has never been super favorable. I do know they make some awesome stuff, and I considered getting one of the Fillmore 25s before I bought this amplifier here. But I went ahead and went with that experiment. So this is based on the Mesa Cali IV amp, and I set some things similar to how those old Fender amps were. I put in the 63 spring reverb, the 60s bias trim. I wound up putting in a compressor on the front end. I don't use compression a whole lot, but it really helped with this. And for a little bit of extra overdrive, I wound up going with the Tima, which is based on the Timmy pedal, an overdrive pedal that somehow I've never owned. I've owned just about any other style overdrive you can think of. And what I got out of this was absolutely amazing. This is my favorite preset that I have made so far. It is versatile. It can go from clean, mild overdrive to a little bit more thump. It's not a super overdriven sound. Obviously, there's lots of room to turn up the Tima or even turn up the drive a little bit more on the amp. But I've got it sort of out of the box, set at an edge of breakup sound. With my Strat, it's just a tiny bit overdrive. Obviously with the Les Paul, it's a little bit more overdrive. And then just use the volume knob from there on out. Between the volume and tone knobs, if you're a volume and tone knob user, you can get just about anything you want out of this setting. It makes me kind of wonder what those real Mesa Mark IVs are like, but they're pretty rare these days and very, very expensive. But I hope you guys like this preset as much as I do. I think it's fantastic. It'll be available on CustomTone. I'll have the link in the description. If you like it, download it, give it a try. Give it your honest opinion though on the stars. I would appreciate a 5-star rating, but if it's not a 5-star to you, give it whatever you think it is. Also, if you like the video, please like and subscribe. I do appreciate it, and keep coming back for more.